Let's say your car fund is $200 a month. If you finance a vehicle and your car payment is $200 a month, and let's say your car loan is for 8 years. I know that isn't reality. The average car loan is 5.5 years, and some lenders will go up to 7 years, but I'm not aware of any that do 8 years yet. But for comparison's sake, let's say your car loan is for 8 years. And you're like the average American that has a 700 credit score, which means you have the average interest rate of 6% for your car loan. For an 8-year car loan with a $200 monthly payment, that would get you a vehicle that costs $15,200. And the total cost of the loan would be a little over $19,000. But if you saved $200 a month, after 8 years, you would have a little over $19,000 to buy a vehicle. Now compare that to the total cost of the loan if you finance a vehicle. It's the same. They're both a little over $19,000. But financing the vehicle means you would you would have to buy a vehicle that costs $4,000 less than if you just saved the money and paid cash for it for the same $200 a month. Now, if you invested $200 a month for 8 years, and the average rate of return in the stock market is 8 to 12%. So let's say you average 10% annual return on the investments, which is the minimum I see on my passive investments. So investing $200 a month with an average 10% return for 8 years would give you $28,000 to buy a vehicle. How incredible is that? If you think that's cool, go into the chat and type, "I love investing." But that's not the best part. Instead of buying a vehicle for $28,000, you should buy a vehicle for $15,000, which is the same amount as if you financed the vehicle, only now you're paying cash. And then invest the remaining $13,000. After 8 years, with a 10% annual return, that $13,000 would be worth $28,000. So at this point, you are no longer paying or saving or investing $200 a month. That money is back in your budget to spend on other things. You buy a $15,000 vehicle for cash, invest what's left over, and in 8 years, you can buy another $15,000 vehicle for cash and invest what's left over. And you do that over and over again. That means you can buy a $15,000 vehicle every 8 years for life for free. Was anybody ever taught this in school? So what would you rather do? Would you rather pay $200 a month for the rest of your life to buy a $15,000 vehicle every 8 years? Or would you rather buy a $15,000 vehicle every 8 years for the rest of your life for free? And that's what it takes. It takes a different level of thinking to be truly successful with your finances.